Alright, here we go. Super Bowl recap. You already knew that because that's the title of the YouTube video. You did look at the title, right, you fucking jerks? And, yeah, enjoy the nice background of my kitchen. You're not going to see my face because, fuck you. Alright, let me first start out by saying, and I think I speak for all of us, when I say how relieved I am that neither the New England Deflatriots or the Pittsburgh Steelers were not in this Super Bowl. But no, we're not going to bring that up. We're going to forget about them for now. This is all about the up-and-coming Cam Newton and the old veteran Peyton Manning. Now, here's the thing. If you like defense, this was the game for you. Oh my God! Did you see Aqib Talib on those plays? And Von Miller was the MVP, by the way. If you like offense, go fuck yourself because this was not that kind of game. Peyton Manning didn't have a Peyton Manning type performance. Cam Newton didn't have a Cam Newton type performance. He scored 10 points. 10! You want to know how many points Peyton Manning scored? He scored 2. He scored a 2-point conversion. It was a consolation prize. The defense practically gave it to him. They're like, oh, here, you want to actually contribute to this winning effort? We'll fucking give you this 2-point conversion pass. That's what that came down to. I can't remember what stats were. Like 13 of 23, not even over 200 yards. He did have a pick. No touchdown passes, just the 2-point conversion. Cam Newton, on the other hand, he just sucked. He was rattled the entire time. I mean, he was facing an all-time great Denver defense. And I know people are going to jump the gun and say that they were better than the 85-86 Bears. Here's the thing. The 85-86 Bears only allowed 10 points in the entire postseason, and Denver allowed something like 45. So, you know what? Just shut the fuck up, okay? You haven't even lived long enough to know that shit. Anyway, so this is the 1 week, Super Bowl week. It's the 1 week of the year where you get to pretend like you're a fan, like a major super fan of one of the two teams, even though you're really not. You're only supporting them because you're a bandwagon fan and your fucking team didn't make it. And you're a fucking piece of shit. But everybody does it, we all do it. We all take a side. We have to act like we're all invested and not care who wins, and we act all sad and pout when our teams lose, and we're all excited and hyped up when quote unquote our teams win. Oh shit. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, Cam Newton, yeah. All right. Well, here's the thing. Peyton Manning had a very pedestrian performance and was He was carried by the defense. There's a reason Von Miller won the MVP of that game. I know it's pretty rare for a defensive player and not a quarterback to win the MVP of the Super Bowl. Here's the thing. Von Miller earned it. He got the fumble for a touchdown. He was making some plays. There's Aqib Talib, I thought, had a chance to win the MVP. And I thought maybe the only reason he didn't was because he almost got kicked out of the game. He got that one unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. He almost got another one. I think it was like unnecessary roughness or something. But oh my God, he was so close to being kicked out of the game. And I think it might have actually changed the whole dynamic of the game and what was going on. I think Cam Newton actually would have had an easier time scoring if he had been kicked out of the game. And I mean, oh my God, he was just doing some really dumbass shit early on that would make his mama want to slap him. Oh God, maybe she did after the game. I don't know. Well, no, because they won. So, but if they had lost, woohoo! Anyway, where was I? So Peyton Manning had a pedestrian performance, but it's okay because he gets to ride off. He gets to get on his horse and ride off into the sunset as the winner. And Cam Newton, on the other hand, he was like a pedestrian about to get run over by a car. That's how rattled he was. And especially on that play where it looked like he wasn't going for the football because he chickened out or something. I don't really believe that. I think he was going for the ball. I think he would have gotten seriously hurt if he had made a dive for the ball on that play. And so he was kind of just readjusting because he did make a second effort. It was very clear he made a second effort, although no one really talks about that. No one fucking talks about that because they only tell you what they want you to hear. So all this trying to vilify Cam Newton, I mean, I get it. He lost. He's a loser. He didn't quite act like himself. But who acts like themselves after they've lost the Super Bowl? That's what I want to know. Tell me one person who has acted like themselves after they lost the Super Bowl. So maybe he was a bit of a whining bitch about it, in the post game. He's like, oh, we lost, or I don't want to talk to any of you people. Oh, we sucked. We sucked ass balls, and then he hears something in the background. He's like, oh, fuck it, and he leaves. He didn't answer the questions he was obligated to, leaving it to his teammates to explain his shitty performance. It really was shitty. Their defense was okay. They held Peyton Manning's offense to 3 field goals. But it came down to which defense was better. That's what it was. This had nothing to do with the offense. Are you fucking kidding? All right, here's the thing. C.J. Anderson for the Broncos, he had a couple breakout runs. True. Like, he would get stuffed for most of the game. He'd have a couple breakout runs, which helped his YPG, yards per carry, or YPC, yards per carry. But on the other side of the ball, Jonathan Stewart. Oh my God, that guy was terrible. What did he do? All right, he scored a touchdown. Congratulations. Other than that, he did nothing. He was averaging like less than a yard per carry the whole game. He was getting absolutely stuffed. And so, by about the second quarter, they're already tired of him. They bring in Tolbert to run the football, or Tolbert, whatever, to run the football. He fumbles, so they're like, oh, well, okay, I guess we go back to Jonathan Stewart now, even though they both suck. And so, that didn't work out. So the Panthers had no running game. It was all up to Cam Newton. And not only was it all up to Cam Newton, but not even the receivers really helped. It was Cam Newton to Ted Ginn Jr. basically the whole game. Every time they had a really good play, it was Cam Newton to Ted Ginn Jr. No. You want to fact check me on this? Go back and watch the fucking game again. It was Cam Newton to Ted Ginn Jr. I swear to God, like every time they got a first down, that was it. It was him to him. He probably had like over 100 receiving yards. He would have gotten the MVP if Ted Ginn would have gotten the MVP if Carolina had won. But I don't know. I guess my final thoughts are, I was kind of a fan of both teams. I had a lot of respect for what Cam Newton did this year. On the flip side, I wanted to see Peyton go out a winner. I would have liked for him to look better in that game, but he won, and that's what matters. So, I guess, because like I said, I was a fan of both teams. But in hindsight, I am really glad the Broncos won because of how Cam Newton handled himself after the game. I thought, not to vilify him or anything, I'm not trying to say he's a bad person, because, I'm going to come across as a Cam Newton hater just for, throwing some shade, where it needs to be thrown, by the way. I thought he could have handled himself a lot better in the postgame. I thought that was just a shittier performance than what he showed on the field, to be honest. Because, the Broncos' defense is good. I'll give it to him. His receivers weren't really helping him outside of Ted Ginn. Their offensive line was getting blown up. Jonathan Stewart couldn't do anything. So I can understand his frustration. I just think he had to handle it a little bit better. Now, I will give him some props for praising and showing respect for Peyton Manning. I'll give him that. And I really liked Manning's post-game comments about when they asked him what he was going to do. And he talked about going to Disney World with his kids, or Disneyland, rather. And he said, I'm just going to go out and drink a lot of beer. And Demaryius Thomas is buying. Or, no, not Demaryius Thomas. Von Miller. Okay, yeah, let's backtrack a little bit. I would like to say that I was hoping Demaryius Thomas would play better. He was the shittiest player on the field, and I am not exaggerating. He is like an all-star wide receiver, and his mom showed up for the game, fresh out of jail. She had never seen her son play in person. And he dropped, I don't know how many passes. That would have made Peyton Manning look a lot better. I'm not going to fault Peyton Manning for that. There's a lot of passes he threw to Demaryius Thomas that he dropped. But, I'm not going to fault it too much because they did end up winning. And it's really just a storybook ending for Peyton Manning. It's great. And hopefully he doesn't come back. And because I like Peyton Manning, I don't want him to get hurt, and I really do think this is like a fairy tale ending for him. He's going out the same way that John Elway went out, and I just think that is a very beautiful thing. And as for Cam Newton, he's going to have plenty of opportunities in the future to get his team back in position to win the Super Bowl. So, he's sad now, but he's got to be able to pick himself back up. And I really do think the Carolina Panthers are going to be in good shape. So, those are my thoughts on the Super Bowl. Really a whole bunch of bullshit, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed.